Angeli and I realized that we never gave you guys a background on why we started the school, and we are here today to just have a casual conversation about what our background is and why we founded Mountain Point Academy.
Yep,
So
totally.
here we are. I guess I can kind of give you the quick background on me. I went to college for secondary education, went for 2 years, and then decided I wanted to pursue something else. So I switched my major to kinesiology. I had a background in personal training, worked in gyms for several years, managing, training, and then actually ended up buying a rundown gym with the goal of wanting to turn it around, get it out of the red. So super great learning experience, lasted for about 2 years, but we just couldn't keep it going and ended up kind of getting out, cutting our losses. And I was just loving the idea though of being a business owner. And I was thinking, hey, I think I want to do that again in the future, learn from my mistakes and try it again. So move forward a couple of years and I wound up in Orem, Utah. And
Long way from
working
Wisconsin.
a long way from Wisconsin. And was working for an online school there. So obviously had a passion for education since my original major in school was secondary ed math actually. And just never really thought of online education as a career path really at the time, just kind of fell into it. So it's just funny how like one door closed with the other business and then all of a sudden here's another one opening a path that I just never really thought of anyway in the past. And so actually it was at this school that I met two people actually that were super important in my life. The first one is Angeli, and we became instant best friends and just had a blast in the office. And obviously later she became a business partner. But the second person is somebody that I would still consider a friend and mentor, and that's the guy that hired myself and Angeli, and he's the one who really encouraged us. They taught us everything we knew about the ins and outs of running an online school, from that side of things, from the administrative and business side of things, and ended up actually encouraging us to start our own school. So that's how I met Angeli.
Yeah, and Sarah, like Sarah said, we had awesome mentors along the way. When I first met Sarah, kind of like her, I didn't start out thinking, hey, I'm going to have a future in online education. I mean, I started off as a biology major because I wanted to be a marine biologist. And then going to school in Utah for marine biology, being landlocked, kind of didn't work so great. So I ended up switching to a journalism major. And so I have a background in, public relations journalism, and then later went on and got a master's in business. But shortly after I got my degree, my brother actually was working at the school where Sarah was at, and he knew that I wasn't enjoying my job at a call center because I just wasn't feeling like I was being challenged and I was up for something new. And he had been hired there at the school with our mentor, and he was like, hey, we need a new registrar. Do you want to come? And I was like, what's a registrar? But I found out what it was, got there, and met Sarah. We became instant friends. It was just such a fun office environment, and we were able to kind of be there in the beginning stages of that school as a startup online program as well. So we kind of saw the ins and outs, the testing, the what works, what doesn't, and are so grateful for the opportunities that we had at the other schools that we worked at. So we worked there for, I think it was 2 years together. And then I transitioned up to the college level, working enrollment for an online college, and then needed to get some more teaching experience and things. And so I came back, and Sarah was actually working at a separate online school and was like, well, hey, you should come work with me again. We knew we worked well together. We both really liked the online education space. And so I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. So then I transitioned back as a registrar again. And then, and throughout this whole time, Sarah and I remained friends. We were always in touch with how our lives were. We were in a cover band together. I mean, we've done lots of things.
And all girls cover band.
It was awesome. And so, yeah, just good friendship. And we knew we made a good team. And So yeah, we, throughout these years keeping in contact, we kind of had thrown around the idea of like, well, hey, we could start our own school. Like, we should do this. Like, we were really passionate about it. We wanted something that we could kind of make our own. And so the time was right and we took the plunge and here we are.
Yeah, so one of the big things is just our years of experience. Like, obviously I worked for several online schools and then even worked for a curriculum provider. So I saw the curriculum provider point of view. Had different roles, finance role, student, whatever. We had so many different angles and views of what an online school looks like from different perspectives. So it really helped. But all those years and we're like, all right, like, how can we do this better? Like, what can we do to make this more student centered and more innovative with the methods that we're using and whatnot? So officially we decided to start the school and move forward with it. We had the idea in 2017, the end of the year, and officially founded the school in January 2018. And just kind of went from there. We went through an accreditation process that took, what was it, a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, almost 2 years.
And that is quite the process. And it's something that anybody who's looking for an online school needs to really look into. The accreditation process is a very rigorous process where you're having a third party come in and evaluate everything about your school, from how stable it is as a business. Is it thriving? Can it sustain itself? To the quality of the educators and the teachers and staff that you're employing, to how engaging and how appropriate is the curriculum that you're providing. They look at every single aspect of your school and provide an unbiased report and give you specific points on what to improve upon and things like that. So we went through that process and then actually became officially accredited in January of 2020. So that was a huge milestone for us as a school. And every single day we are just looking for different ways to improve and improve student learning, improve the processes and everything that we're doing through the school to make us more efficient and better at what we do. So it's been a really fun experience so far working with the people that we're working with. We brought on an amazing board of advisors. We have an advisory board. We have such a variety of people that we're pulling different expertise from. We have somebody that's an LCSW on our board. Our principal has been working in like a brick and mortar school for years, has tons of years of experience. And so it's great to have Matt on board with us, helping us along the way. And Angeli, who else do we have on our board?
Yeah, we also have Clay, who is a gifted / special education specialist, and he's also been in a brick and mortar school for probably 20 years. Mm-hmm. And so he has great expertise and experience there. And then we also have Erica, who has been a literacy specialist, and she's been on the State Board of Education. So she kind of knows the ins and outs of everything that Utah is doing and how, schools should be functioning. So yeah, without the support of our board, I definitely don't think we would be where we are at today. Because accreditation is it's kind of like a ginormous tax audit. Look into every aspect of the business, like Sarah said, like, how are you helping students? What are your financials like? How's the curriculum? Like, it's a pretty rigorous process. And so for us, 2020, even though it's been kind of a crazy year, will always be the year that we finally got our accreditation, and huge milestone. And we were so excited because then we're like, okay, now we can actually, keep moving forward, bringing students in, helping them feel success, and I think that was part of the driving force behind why Sarah and I founded Mountain Point Academy. Mm-hmm. Is because with online learning, it's easy sometimes to lose that human connection when you're just behind a screen. And so we, having worked together in an office, having worked separately, we still recognize the value of that relationship and everything relationship based. And so that was kind of why we wanted to kind of spearhead our own, was to really bring in that relationship factor of giving the students one-on-one attention, helping them know that they have an advocate with us, going to bat for them, saying, hey, you did it,
exactly. Every student that comes in, we assign a mentor too. Yeah. So if you're brand new, you're enrolling in our school, you get set up with a mentor right off the bat. And that person, like Angeli said, that's your adult advocate. You know, while you're here, that's the person you can go to ask questions. You can feel just so comfortable with that person. You meet with them weekly, face to face, like we're doing on video conferencing. It's just, we've seen such better results with our students when they feel like somebody's actually invested in them and actually cares about what they're doing. It's not like you enroll at our school and you're just a number. You know, we enroll you in the school and off you go, like, good luck, here you go, you know, see you at the end. No, it's not like that at all with Mountain Point Academy. We're with you the whole way. You know, there's somebody that's there. It's no surprise on where you're at in your class when you reach the end of the class, because you've been checking in with somebody the whole time, setting goals, just talking to, you know, at least, you know, once a week, face to face to somebody, and then constant email contact throughout the week as well.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, part of the other driving force was just we wanted it to be a holistic approach, which is also why we brought an LCSW on board, because typically we have worked with students who are struggling, who have been in treatment centers, who maybe don't think that they're smart or that they don't have a future, you know. And so part of what we wanted to instill in kids is just, hey, you can do this, you know, just because you maybe failed a class before doesn't mean you're going to keep failing. You know, how can we turn that around? And as they feel success in their personal lives and get that encouragement through that relationship, then they're going to feel like, hey, I can do this, and kind of gives them that hope to not only succeed academically, but also in their personal lives, which will then carry on into adulthood to help them be just good citizens. And so, you know, it's a lofty vision, but it's definitely something that we're setting out to do, because we definitely know that there's power behind, you know, feeling that sense of pride in yourself and being able to apply it to all areas of life, not just academics. And so,
oh, absolutely. Yeah, it just always comes back to that that personalized attention, that relationship based, looking at the student as a person, you know, and taking the, you know, everything, the whole picture into account with the student. We don't know what they might be struggling with at home, and you know, you're not just a student who's one out of 20 or 30 kids in a classroom. You know, we look at you and you're an individual, and we personalize that experience for you as a student, you know. So you don't have to worry about coming in and trying to keep up with your other classmates, or maybe you're advanced and you're up here and you're just completely bored with what's going on at your traditional brick and mortar school. Like, well, with us, you're not being compared to anybody else. It's about you. So we look at you and we come up with an academic plan for you as the student. You know, we look at you as an individual and what are your needs? What do you need to accomplish? Let's set weekly goals. Let's set a long-term goal. What's your overall vision? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do after high school? You know, maybe you don't want to go to college or university. Maybe you're headed to the military or to the workforce. Whatever it is, we work with you and we figure out something that works. And I think having that approach, that, you know, that just keeps us going. That's what got us excited about starting Mountain Point Academy, is being able to connect with the student and keep the school that community feel, where you don't feel like you're just another kid among many. You feel like somebody actually cares and is invested in you.
Yeah, I think that's why we don't even rank our students, you know. At a lot of traditional brick and mortar schools, you see like number 35 of 78 or whatever, you know, and we don't rank our students like that, because like Sarah said, it's about the individual student, and we want you, or students, you know, to be able to go at their own pace that's good for them and right for them, with that support and encouragement along the way. Because again, you don't have to be defined by your past. You know, if you've made a mistake before, you didn't do so great on a class, well, hey, here's your second chance. You know, let's get you on the right path so you can have a better future. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was basically the overview of how Sarah and I know each other. I think we've known each other almost 12 years now. You know, both been in the online education field since then, and just trucking along, trying to figure out ways to make it work, make it efficient, because, you know, with the way things are going, online education is probably the future. So we've been doing this for a while, trying to make it better and evolve with the times, and we're excited to be along for the journey. So, you know, thanks for following our page, and stay tuned for more.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.